All right, welcome back to Nebuchadnezzar, and this is part 3 of the 13th mission. And as you can see, we are pretty much sustainable on both the villa population and the standard population. We are doing very nicely in terms of the number of workers that we have for the villas. For the standard workers, I'm a little concerned. 728 seems a little bit low. We are at 31,387 population, 2,099 prestige. So 31,459 looks like kind of towards the top of what we can do right now. Here's our hanging gardens that is complete. We have finished the hanging gardens, so that looks beautiful. Almost finished, actually. Take a look. We are not quite finished. We need just a few more bricks to come in, and it looks like they've come in, and now the final touches are being put on it. Look at that. Little pool up there. That's nice. Let's zoom in there. Yeah, look at this. So the gardens are being put there. We should get a little pool maybe over here too. Yeah, a little reflecting pool there. Look at that, and the hanging gardens are completed. And that is fantastic. So we just built an ancient wonder of the world. Look at that in all of its glory. Right by that other monument there. All right, so we're actually 100% on the villas and for the standard homes at their top levels. And we are at 0.60, so we're at the third level for the residences, and we've got 2 more levels to go on them. That should be able to get us to our population and to our prestige points. I can go ahead and deactivate all of these buildings for the brick production, and we will get a whole bunch of workers there. I hope that's going to be enough. 2,273 workers. We can take out some of these other people that are bringing bricks. These guys, that whole thing can go. Let's just delete that whole thing, and we'll delete the warehouse. And that'll be the end of our brick production. Hopefully we won't get many requests for bricks. If we do, we might have to ramp them back up a little bit, but for now, we shouldn't have to. But we've got 2,378 workers, and we still got to go 2 more levels there for the residences. We'll see if we can make it, but I do know that we have to do a bunch of pottery for the special pottery, and then we're going to have to do vineyards as well. Yeah. So anyway, I just built another warehouse there to bring in some more olive oil. I also opened up the warehouse there for the ornaments, and I'm going to go ahead and just use half of this warehouse for olive oil, and I'll set the caravan to go pick it up from that warehouse as well, just so that we always have enough. You could see in that one warehouse we're sharing the clothes and the olive oil, and it's pretty much staying full at all times, so that's really good. So there's our trade. We got about 22,000 in trade, and here are our residences. And the next step is to get them this luxurious ceramics, and we need dye and pottery. And for dye, I think that the only way that we can get dye is by actually importing it. So look, I've set up my pottery over there, and I've set up the ceramics in that area to be made. And guess what? I pretty much ran out of workers. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, it is tight. We're at 31,000 people, and I just don't have enough workers. But what I'm hoping though is that I can get. I'm still going to have to set up vineyards, and that's going to have to, and also the clothing, the luxurious clothing, which means that I'm going to have to get more workers to haul goods. And you can see I'm at 0% right now. I'm actually digging into to employment problems. So I'm trying to keep it sustainable and make enough money, build a whole bunch of, or make a whole bunch of goods, so that I can continue to have trade go out the door. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually build some more houses, because I'm at full right now. So I'm going to go ahead and build a block of houses over here in this area, and I'm going to set up another. I have tons of goods, but I'm going to set up another market, and I'm going to start pushing those things out to that new neighborhood there, and hopefully we will have enough. My concern is that we don't have enough beer. I'm setting up another warehouse there, and in a well, of course. I'm going to get a beer walker, and then a pottery walker there. But my hope is that we can at least use what we've got right now, and just not sell really any beer anymore, and have that, have a caravan just bring all that beer over to the warehouse, and then get that population up, get those workers up, set up the industry, have them work, and hopefully the beer can sustain as many as we can, in order to keep the population high enough to have enough workers. But we've got 165 houses now. So now we're at tops at 100% and 100%, so that it did work out. I did build some extra tablets. The beer is still an issue. I'm trying to find a place over here to put it in more breweries, but I just don't have any space in that area. I did put in another wheat farm, so another milk creator. So we do have the basics, but the issue is with the beer. 162, and we need 165, and we're only making 162. So that is just not enough, and I'm trying to figure out a way at this point to get more beer made, and I'm looking for a spot, and there's no spot there. So I am getting tablets and everything sent out to the entire population, so that's good. Over in this area here is where I've got the goods going, and basically the last step is for to get the dye over to the and get some clothes made with the wool, and get the dye. Right now I'm looking and trying to find out why that pottery manufacturer, ceramic workshop, is not able to get them over there. The problem is that I just really got to try to get the goods sent over to those warehouses for the residences as regular as possible. So you're seeing, I'm looking at the warehouse down there and seeing how much that luxurious pottery is coming in, and here's luxurious pottery, and it's just not reaching the warehouse with enough of it in enough time for it to sustain the entire population. Although it's getting closer and closer now that I've done these things, and it looks like it's pretty close. Now it's all the way to the top there. So now I need to get this thing rolling and get the clothes and the wine. And then once I do that, then that should do it. So I've set up my sheep warehouses here for the fleece, and I put them there, and then one over here. So now the fleece is going to start getting stored up in those warehouses, and I'm going to have the caravans bring the fleece over, have them transform that into the linen, and then have the clothes made with the dye. And I talked about this a couple missions ago, is that there is a dye that that I need for both the pottery and the clothing. So I'm very concerned right now at this point that I just don't have enough pottery. And if pottery goes down, then, and my population starts to suffer and go down from it, that is going to just destroy all the distribution of goods. And so I am setting up pottery, and I'm down to only 213 workers, and I still have not set up the vineyards. So I'm a little concerned by that. But anyway, the villas are looking really good. There's just maybe one or two that aren't getting there for both the standard houses and the luxurious villas. But here are all the dye I'm just importing as much dye as I possibly can, and I'm having caravans take the dye over, and then making the clothes from that. I've got 6 of those clothes workshops right there for 81 clothes, and that's exactly what they require, 81. So I tried to make it as close to this as possible so that I wouldn't have to have it transported. Here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set up the wine, and I'm going to put in the wine walker, and I've got them all set up there. So there's my wine warehouse, and then down here I'm going to use this little oasis area, or I can. And actually, not or, because I'm only making 62 grapes. I need 81 wine. So I'm going to need to set up another farm, at least one more, in order to get wine. So I built that out a little bit too far. I'm going to go ahead and place the farm down so I can try to maximize. I'm going to need another pump. There we go. That's good. And then, there we go. So now I can get that farm. I don't think I'm going to need all of that, but just in case I do, I'm going to go ahead and just set up another pump and just get that. There we go. That should do it. And then now I want to set up my grape vineyards there and my warehouse. Connect it with the road. And now I'm going to get 89 grapes. So that should be enough in order to make 81 wine. Now, I think I can sell some wine. So I'm thinking about making another, putting out another farm. But you know what? If I do that, I'm just going to use more workers. And look, I'm down to only 11 workers, and I still have distribution to go for these vineyards. So that's my concern, is that I'm going to put it in between this vineyards and the other vineyards. So you'll notice that I'm now out of workers again, and I don't have enough workers to even, distribute the goods. So I'm running into a difficult situation here with housing, with standard housing. 165 just isn't enough. Now, granted, I am making more goods than what I actually need, although I am, sending them out in trade. You'll notice my balance is still at 630,000, so I'm not losing money. I'm probably just breaking even or so. I'm trying to do that, although at this point, I'm just going to have to get more workers, because I really just don't have enough workers to be distributing goods. And I've got to get these caravans to stop selling wine, to stop bringing it to the port, because I cannot sell wine anymore. I'm sorry, grapes. I keep on saying wine. I can't sell grapes anymore because I got to I got to use them to make the wine. So it's going to be even less money than I'm going to be bringing in on trade. Although I do have 630,000 to work with. I try not to make cities that are going to go bankrupt over time, but I really want to finish this mission. I'm actually at 34,905 population, so I'm just shy of the mission goal. And prestige, I'm actually over. I'm at 3,018, even without bringing this thing to the top, these residences to the top level. So I think that's because I have 102 villas, and I don't think I need 102 villas. I could have probably got away with less, but you know what? They look nice. So I'm almost at the very top. I mean, at 99.99 for the standard housing here. There's not very many of these homes that aren't full. So I'm going to just plop in a couple more houses right there. And I know that they're going to bring in some workers. I probably should just build a few more. There's just no other place to put them. I mean, I might be able to put one there at the end of that strip. But I can also, maybe put some more over on this other side. I'm hoping that when these other people move in and that I get it to 100%, that I'm going to have enough workers, but it doesn't look like it. So, I mean, I'm at 100 and right there, 24 people. And now I'm down already. So, once again, it's just there's just not enough goods to sustain, and I don't have enough workers to be able to bring in the goods. And I'm down to now like 0.97, which is really not good. There's a lot of places that don't have something, and it's not beer. It must be tablets or something. Let's take a look. Yep, a whole row there are not getting the tablets on time, and you can see I've got a bunch of tablets stored in that one warehouse and not in the other. So if I could, he's supposed to be bringing them. He must be pretty close, but I'm just going to have him go back and forth a few times without having to rest, and hopefully that takes care of the situation. So there are a few homes that aren't getting it. There's a couple in that corner over there, and they just got them. They just got them as well. There's a couple more that don't have them. They just got them as well. So it's pretty close. And now I'm actually have enough workers to try to get this wine made, get this wine sent over there, and there's the wine. It's come in. And there are our first Lavish Residences. Look at those things. They're starting to go up. I've got 8 out of 9 out of 22, 10 out of 22. My prestige is going up as well. My population is over the mark. One just devolved, so now I'm back down to 9. But I am getting some clothing in. You can see it pop in there and then just immediately go out. I'm up to 11, now 12, and then back down to 11. So I'm getting really close to finishing this thing. So here are the clothes, and here's the wine. It's just not getting into that. It's not getting into that market quickly enough. That's what it boils down to. I've got tons of wine over here. My population, my working population, I do have 340 people to work with. So, I mean, I can build a caravan over here and just have him, push the wine into that warehouse as quickly as possible. And the other thing that I can do, and that I might have to do because the wine's just not getting over to that market fast enough. I mean, yes, now I'm up to 15, so I'm getting really close. Now it's 16. The clothing is starting to come in. The wine has come in, but it's just not fast enough, and I only have 62 people. See that? Now I'm actually at 6 people short. But now, see, it's just fluctuating back and forth, so it's really close. Okay, I'm up to 17, 18 lavish, 19. Oh, I made it up to 19. I was just 3 short. This is so close. Now I'm at 18 again. But the wine is just not going in fast enough. So what I'm going to do, take her out of there, put the furniture walker in there. I'm going to swap them. So I'm going to take out the furniture person, and I'm going to put it in the wine, and that'll make it a little bit closer to that warehouse. And let's see what that does. 21. And she's walking around. There it is. Mission complete. And this game is finished. Oh, what a game this is. Wow, I'm telling you, this is a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed playing this game. I'm going to do another episode and kind of play this game a little bit longer to see. Here's the epilogue. So after 25 years following the death of Nebuchadnezzar, a total of 5 rulers occupied the throne, and of course, his son Daniel told him the writing was on the wall, and that he was weighed in the balance and found wanting. Many tekel upharsin. You could read about that in the book of Daniel. But take a look. Two people are credited for this game. Pretty amazing. So that was the last mission. And I really do hope you enjoyed this. I will have one more video to kind of run through this last part a little bit more and see what happens to the city.